Dream work. Makes the dream work. Dream work. Space. Maybe it's two. Okay. Okay. Two.
Yeah, that's all.
Dream work.
Yeah, naharaya siguro.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody stand up, please.
Ano?
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Shake it, shake it.
Shake it, shake it. Let's do those, okay? Everybody ready? Okay, let's do those, okay?
One team, one system, one system, one toss.
First of all, let's leave the Christian yeah, this will get better and better every time, right?
Yes.
So confident and just keep a good job. Thank you. Okay, let's go down for business. My name is Lien. My business partner is Lien. The name of our company is Word of Just. Okay, let's go to this. Who have guests and can you state your name? How you invite your guests? So that is, an idea and that we can use it also for our own.
Let's go, proceed. Good morning.
My name is Christine and my business partner is Alicia. I don't guess today. That's my dancer. I've asked him a few times to come out, but he is a very busy young man. Actually, this morning he went on a hike from the hike team. So they can see me. Okay, so he's here to see what it's all about. I will get an overview. So once he sees what's going on, then we know what happened from there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's our tradition that every time you guys have dinner for two. Oh. That's the power of bringing grandma. It's all your
Oh, Napa is in the video.
Especially if they see that grandma is doing well, and everything. I wish I can do that to grandma. She's 18, but she had other things to do, she said. So I'll give her time. It's not time. It's always a perfect timing, right? So, okay.
Napa. License.
So is there any new licensed people or any progress on their licensing and no? Okay, just go straight to our helping families. Those people who help families, please, and just share the.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
So my name is Ken Selvin and my business partner is Elsa Madote. So I have a client who has been always coming back because I have a problem with her, right? My problem is how to save her money, right? Because the first time that I met her is to secure her money that is being taxed. That's why what I did is I maximized her TFSI. And then she doesn't know what account she has because her age is 75, right? The good thing is she has an insurance before but she always cancel it because she doesn't understand. No one explained it to her. That's why when I talk it to her, don't you know that I know you have a lot of money, but it's good to have a free money in case for your dependents, right? So what I did is before I applied her for a small life insurance with Industrial Alliance. And the good thing, I found her case. That's why they approved, right? And now I asked her to go to the bank. Go to your bank account, check whatever account that you have. Then come back on Thursday. And then she come back and show to me all her bank account, right? And she never know that those amounts in her bank account. So I analyzed everything. She has a lot of money in the non-registered account. And my issue now is the RRSP. When we know that Ricky shared us before, right? When the person dies, right? If we do not do something while she is alive, we know that once she dies, all that RRSP will become an estate already, right? It is taxable at the marginal rate that she has at the moment. But if, and she has pension because she has, I know she's not a nurse before, but she has a hope. She has been contributing, she has another pension and then I just talked to her, maybe even though you do not touch this RRSP, I can say that you can survive every month because she's still working. Okay. And then I asked her, when do you plan to retire? Right? And she told me next year, okay, even though you are totally retired, the money that you are getting, the CPP, old age and everything, and your pension, you can still survive every month because she is not paying any bills. She is not paying rent or anything, right? That's how it's my headache. So what I did is I just transferred all her to make sure that the bank will not tell you to put more money on your TFS. I need to move that money to my account so that making sure that the bank will not tell you to add more on your TFSA wherein it is maximized already because the other half is they do not know. But if they will offer her and she will just say yes, and then there's a tendency that they will be live over the limit. So what I did is I asked some how I studied about that infinite banking and everything about the thing. I can see that it's fit to her. So I asked Jensen to help me how to manage the illustration. So that's why what I did is making sure that the amount that she is getting annually to that RRSP is being transferred to the whole life. Because we program it payable in 20 years. Even though she existed, she paid already that 20 years, she has still 40,000 on the RRSP, right? So, and then if something happens to her, she will be getting 280,000. So it making that 150 RRSP, let's say 110 because it's still 40,000 is there. That 110 it will be making 280 if something happens, right? And I can say that every movement of the money, even though the money she put, and if she dies in a year of that, we can say that the money is double. That's what I can say. That's why I think this is better to her. That's why we close. I submitted it last Thursday. We put 17,000 in that. And good thing that for my some ignorance, I just click, right? Because thinking that I should be choosing the check that only be paid when it is approved, the 17,000. But I'm glad I've done the right way. There's an initial payment that we paid the first month. And then I called Turoso, Tony yesterday. What happened? But I asked him that it should be annual, but why is it that in the last process, there's an initial payment, there's two choices. You need to pay by credit card the first month or by check when it is approved. And I told to her, I selected that 1 month. Did I done it correct or right? It is correct as well, but the only difference is it means she has a temporary insurance now while it is processed. And I hope that's the reason why that I hope it will be come out next week so that I will be reaching my GX1. All right. And then another client yesterday is I went to Stratford again because I tried to mobilize because every time I send them the GX flyer, oh, it's too far. Okay. That's why I went there purposely to ask her how committed that person because I just requested last week, right? And I asked her, can you commit Tuesday, Saturday, even one day to come in Toronto to the office? Like that, right? But are you committed to spend Tuesday and Saturday with me? Yes, but I cannot go to Toronto. Okay, I will bring the summit to your house. That's why I got the 25,000 when you do at home. I got that one using her email. Okay, don't worry, the summit will be at your home. And then I created the invitation and then whom the people you know that who can come. Give me their email address and everything, and then we just send to confirm already to come, or you have two guests. And then I told to her, okay, just cook food that is enough for the people who is coming. I will pay for the food. That's what I said. And then after that, because I'm running his 330 because that's why here you have already two products solutions we finished last week. You only have one more to finish your 333, but the recruit we will do it next week. That I explained to her that how the 330 or the GX things, but even though you cannot go to GX by having the 330, I can promote you to associate. Right? That's what I've said. That's why we are behind with one product which we done it yesterday to ensure to her father, in order to complete the 330. And I came to know that his two brothers are grade one, right? You are WFG, two brothers who are younger than you are in the grade way. Okay. I told her, okay, I need to have a Zoom call with them to explain what you are now. Because it's better that we will work together. I will work for you, but you need to help me. We need to recruit these two guys, right? And that's why I have already 3 prospects to finish it next week. His 330, right?
You're on fire.
Wow, okay. What else can we say? Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing. I'm learning. Anyway, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And yeah, my name is Flora Nagal. My business partner is Crystal Rivera. She's not here, but it's anyway. What I did was I was able to help someone with his travel insurance and at the same time give him a term insurance. Those he was actually a referral from my old client. So keep in touch with your old client because they will give you a new client.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all. And thank you for letting me share.
It's a good thing that we have good leaders here that we learn from them. At the same time, we can use it whenever we encounter people that we help. John, did you help any families this week? I believe you did.
I'm in the process.
Oh, you want to share them that yet? When it's done? You want to share? I know, there is a relentless too. We always out
Yeah.
there taking photos and talking to people. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Lilibeth Reyes and my SMD is Elsa Matute. Now I forgot what his name. Thank you. You know what? I was listening to what Ken has to say about positioning the RRSP, and that is the power of coming to the meeting because of Ricky Doncilio. And thank you for that meeting that you did. Now, actually, we also help a guy who is a visitor because you don't have anything. So I said, you know what? This is what we're doing. We'd like to help you because it's not about the commission, right? It's about the mission. We only protected whatever he can afford. So now he has peace of mind and he's very grateful. And also, JP did investment, not much, but it is something about, again, growing our money, making our money work for us. Thank you for that issue.
Yeah.
Family. We have more ideas. We can have anything to share with us.
Okay, sure. I don't know about my healthcare. Should be here. But last week, actually, this was referred to me, a client who had about 140K in pension. And I did just an informal presentation. I showed her, hey, these are the options for you. Actually, it's already in date. It's already receiving income monthly. But she wants to have a growth portfolio for pension. But this is fine. You can put it in S&P 500, less than 100, but you have to be ready with the risk. And when I mentioned S&P 500, wait a second. My cousin from the US is always talking to me about S&P 500. So do you guys have that here? Oh yes, we have it in reasonable. So right there, she made a commitment to private practice, believe less income fund. And it was already transferred there. We did 40,000. And another one is also, most of my clients nowadays are referrals because I'm not aware of going out in the field, if you notice. But most of these are referrals and another 50,000 in pension. And now my own client, not really all my clients from last year, I've been telling them, put your money on an investment that is growing. Because they have blue collar at work. But when I check the investment, a lot of them are in balanced, conservative portfolio. So I told them, these are the options that you have. It's available for you. So last week, the wife called me, hey, when can you come to our place? And explain to us again, what are the options for our investment? So they sent me the statement for their RSP, and that's not another pay for husband and wife. So maybe investments. I just hit 5 million 2 weeks ago. So the next week, it's very million. It's possible.
How much is the bonus for that?
Yeah.
Equitable?
I don't know. I'm already number 30. Equitable. Investments.
Yeah, 2%.
I think they get 2%.
Bonus, that's only bonus.
If you really work on investments,
Yeah.
it will pay off.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Can you call you, we were not in making this kind of thing, right? Thank you for sharing. Now, somebody, what was the share? Okay.
Lindley.
So my story, I have a client, sorry, I should name you. My name is my name is Lien. Yeah, I'm one of the senior marketing director in this office. My business partner is Lien. So I have a client refer, and he came all the way from Seattle to meet me here with this. But he was used to be a Canadian, but then he go to US and he became US citizen. But before he came to US, he worked in Canada 10 years. So now he retired. He said he want to apply for Canada pension plan. So I have to help him to get back his citizenship, whatever. So the whole thing, that thing we can help them because some of them in the US, maybe they don't have enough retirement pension. But if they already here, they can collect there everywhere in the world. If you already have pensions, you can get paid. So I help him to go get the bank account so that we can apply and then get deposits to his bank account. And the TD Bank also has US branch. So I tell him, instruct him to go to the US and then go open the bank so that we can transfer money every month. So that's one client. And my client from Barry, I told you, she used to be WOC member 10 years ago, but because she had children, so she quit. Now she came back and I review her finance. She didn't file her tax for 4 years. But since COVID, because she delivered a baby and she was so busy, she thinks she will do it and keep busy with work, with everything. And she worried that she had to pay GST tax because she had the beauty salon. So everything she cannot control herself for her finance. So I file her tax. And if she's not lucky to have me, she can maybe get back a few $100s a year. But because of me, she get back 7,000 a year.
Wow.
For 4 years, she get almost 20,000. Doesn't count the child tax benefit yet, only the tax return.
Wow.
So if the child tax 6,000 a year, maybe another 25,000. Yeah. This month, November, she's gonna get a lot coming to her bank.
Wow.
With our families, okay, let's do the recognition. It's going to be funny that recognition of our team. No, okay. How about announcement or yes, upcoming events? We have like, as you know, we have the National Financial Summit. This November 15th, it's gonna be held here and other two locations, right then?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be joining with the other people. And we'll have the Christmas party on December 13th here in our office. So we won't have a BPM on that day. I just having,
4 p.m. I missed the time.
I think it's start at 4 p.m. So we want to have a BPM for everybody come and enjoy and help us with the celebration. It's also time for us to unwind and be reunited, right? Okay, and then the work system, the lounge is on February 14 and 15. We're gonna celebrate. Can you imagine? We're gonna celebrate Christmas together and we're gonna celebrate Valentine's Day together. So, so we are, we are all be together. We have no choice.
Yeah, if you register, please give your name to include it there.
Yes. Have only, and the Sacramento, on July 16 to 19, we have the G26. Nobody registered yet. And we have the contest period from October 25 to March 2026. And okay, that's about it, right? And we, of course, our meeting Tuesday and
Yes. And we have the freedom call that is.
every Tuesday, the Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Is freedom count only for SMB?
No.
How can you get the freedom count? You have to register?
The user ID then.
You have to register?
Site?
The user ID 98705. The password is WSID.
Okay.
What is changed?
No, it's the same. It's the same.
Okay.
They are here. If you are free, they are starting to come in the office. Tuesday.
No, but I have work,
Yeah.
and that's lunchtime, so
Yeah.
I can come.
For everybody.
You can access it on your phone.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
But it's good to come here, Because after that, we have.
Possible.
I only have 1 hour.
Okay, so I
One
guess that's a
hour break.
Tuesday at 7 to 9 and Saturday. Okay, now for our training, the one, oh my God, I'm so excited to just this.
Really?
This training. It's out in the business, okay? Out in the business, but that is not all, okay? So, and please,
Say again?
it's out in the business.
business.
Okay.
Now it's clear.
But they have a lot of families. Ladies and gentlemen, please, tell me what he has to say.
You have a lot of families?
Yes, they have a lot of families. So much knowledge, so if we're gonna just listen to him and we for sure we're gonna learn. So without further ado, let me welcome the handsome guy, Joel Lozana. Yes, for my
Move it.
Yeah, thank you. Hello.
Yes.
Didn't hear your introduction.
Tell us.
I was introducing my presentation. Again, good morning.
Good morning.
For those who doesn't know me, my name is Joel Lozana, and I'm one of the senior marketing directors in this office. So I'll be spending probably 45 minutes ago. And my training for today is
maybe for some it's kind of boring, but I find it essential. It's very basic, you know. And I'll start my presentation with this question. What is your biggest why? For sure, all of us here, when we joined the company, not many of us has already this biggest why, right? For some of us, probably we're just here invited, and then for some reason we just fill up the application and then that's it. But we don't know yet what's actually the reason why we are here in the company. But for some, I guess, like me, my plan A did work. So I actually put this on my back seat. Because this was presented to me by John Subar. Remember, he was one of our patients while his mouth is open. At the same time, we are working on his mouth. At the same time, he's doing the presentation once in a while. So I told him that, I'll put that on the side and maybe consider it if time comes. So before I move forward, I'd like to ask, I'm sure now, because most of us here have been more than one day, right? In the business. Just very quick, very, very quick. I need your just one reason, biggest reason why you are still here doing WFG. Because obviously we are not here to waste our time, right? Any volunteer, if there's none, then I have my thing here. And point over you. Anyone? No? Just make it very quick, one liner. What's your biggest why? Why you're here?
Making money.
Okay, that's good. Excellent. You're very honest. I think most of us, that's one of the reasons why. Anybody else?
I don't share.
Sure.
I think for me, aside from the money, as you said, but I think the biggest why now, why I'm still here, is I would like to share what we know now, because for myself, is I wish I knew what I know now back then. Then it would have been made a difference in my life. So I think that's something that I would like. So that's why I'm still here, that I would like to share that to the people that I will encounter.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
It's the mission,
Mission?
not to impact others.
Okay, thank you.
So happy.
I want to hear from others, like probably Gloria. Did I mention your name right?
The first thing that I saw in my mind is, yeah, I want to earn extra income.
Explain
And
here.
then, when I'm going to retire, maybe I will come here to learn more.
Mhm.
And make myself busy and grow and then become this.
Okay, thank you. I think most of us are already prepared in their mind what they're gonna share, right? So don't let me point you. Anyway, let's have
For me, it's
You already pointed it.
freedom.
freedom in the sense of like, I wanna be financially, yeah. Secure, right? So that I have the freedom to, if I have to go for holiday, like we have there, so I have the freedom and I don't have to worry. I have, when I get sick, I have the money, I have the freedom of financially being financially supported, right? So that's what I'm going to freedom, because I know there's a chance of making money here, right? So you work hard. So when you make money, so you have the freedom, you can do all the things and everything that you like. So that's what I do. That's my motivation now, because before it's just to make extra money, right?
Mhm.
But now having that extra money and making big money is that you have the freedom to go for vacation anytime. If you get sick, you have the money to spend. So that's all I think.
Yeah, true, very true, I agree with you. Yeah, that's also one of my reasons why I'm still here. And one more, anyone? Okay, it's you? Did you raise your hand? I thought I saw you raising your hand.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see my?
Yeah, my name is Lucy and my assembly is Vicky Dancila. So of course, I'm still here. First is helping family as I am still young now. What I thought comes to my mind is helping family. Of course, preparing for my retirement. Of course, I plan to quit, but as what he said, don't quit, just stay there. And then now I can see, now I'm starting helping family, I can get extra income when it helps me out. So I am staying here, extra money, retirement, and also helping out.
Excellent, excellent. That's good. You know, the reason why I asked you about your biggest why, because that's very important. That's very, very important. And we're gonna go over the reason why our biggest why is not, we're not, how close are we from our biggest why? Are we really working on towards achieving it, right? So for some of us, maybe one of these are reason why we're here doing WFG, right? I think most of us,
Yes.
most of us, and we are actually working on it, right? We love to achieve it, right? Or I hear from Manu that she wants this.
Yeah.
She wants this. All of us want this. You know, we can have our money machine. That's the power of building WFG, building your organization. That's what Tita Agnes actually enjoyed, right? And some of us here. For Ricky, he has already his money machine, just he has 5 million investment.
That's Vicky.
That will give him residual income. But for us, we can have Ricky's portfolio, or we can, if other option is actually building our own organization, because our organization will give us this money machine. Remember, I heard from Malu, because you know, in as much as we want to take care of our health, stay healthy as much as possible, but we don't know what happens the next day, right? If that happens, money is the number one problem, right? It's always the number one problem because we have bills, a lot of bills to pay. All right. So this biggest why it looks very good to die, I said, right? Good to feel. It's very exciting to think that, you know, someday we may achieve this. But the question is, sometimes we have this big reason. We have these dreams. We have this intention, but looks like we are stuck to where we are at. And we are not moving. So we have the goals, we have the dreams, but nothing is happening, right? Let's read what, you know, Swan Wen, our coach, statement. Because many of us basically are practicing this instead, right? We downgrade our dreams to match the reality, which is we could either do otherwise. It's the belief. You know, these people in the company who are enjoying making this much, qualifying for trips and all that stuff, they all started first with what? Believing, the belief So I think that is one of the reason. Maybe our belief is not strong enough. That someday we're gonna hit it and enjoy the fruit of our hard labor, right? And good thing, so our coach is always there coming up with, with the formula. Because you know what, guys, those dreams, your biggest why or my biggest why, there has to be a tool. There has to be a formula that we need to use to reach to carry us and bring us to our destination. And do you think what is the single most easiest formula? And I like to comment actually one of our STEM this there I hear because I could see sorry Ken to mention your name. But
You
Ken
already
was
mentioned.
he has a lot of he has a lot on his plate. He's doing that, he's doing this, he's doing that. And he could hardly focus on doing WFG. But things turn around. He finally realized, and obviously he noticed it from different people who made it to the company, that if he's going really to focus with all his he's a very hardworking guy, he's a smart guy. If he's gonna use that tool, that gift that he has in doing WFG, he's gonna really fly high, though he's a little bit big. He can still fly. Right, Ken?
Yes.
Yeah, surely. And now I can see his performance, his numbers. And thank you for doing that because you are actually an inspiration to our group. And that's one of the reasons why, this group is still keeping up. Because we're fighting for our own cause, right? We believe in one cause. We have a strong belief that this group will grow and has to be soon. Because we don't have the luxury of time, right? GX is the answer. GX, Ken, you're gonna get how is it gonna work? Because you already qualified for GX1, as it has to be sequential
No, yearly.
Yearly. No, I mean you're GX1 already, right?
Not yet.
You did GX1 before,
No, that's last year.
last year.
Now it will restart again. Restart again.
Okay, that is good because it's good
But
for us.
don't worry, we will do GX3 by the end of December.
Awesome. Guys, listen to me. Your dreams, your biggest why. Obviously, you have the dream, you have that why. But the question sometimes is, how should I get? How I would be able to get there? You need the tool, right? The only tool that we can use, nothing else. Swan simplified it. It's the GX. The more GX you qualifies, the more the more you move yourself to your biggest why. Yeah, just go for the GX. Nothing else. I'm trying hard. I'm really doing my best. It's not easy. That's why I really respect those people who qualify and is qualified for GX, because that job is not so easy. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of prospecting, a lot of follow-ups, a lot of hours in the field, a lot of rejections. But if your belief is much bigger than the rejections, the problems, or what have you, then for sure you're gonna hear it. So equally important, I heard from Atibet. Her biggest why is the mission of the company. So if your mission is actually solid enough, that is one of the reasons why we're still here. What is your mission in your community? Mission for your family? If there is. And what's your vision? Your vision obviously is all of us hoping, because you know, if you,
Vision is 2020.
if you log in to our website, you can see the parade of recognition from those achievers in the company, right? Those are being promoted to their next level. Those, you know, enjoying their millions. You know, those people just started just like us. We are in a fair playing field. Everybody starts from scratch. But what actually made them to the top is because they do something that we don't do. We are not doing. I think myself, I'm lazy. There was one time when I was new in the company, I had all the energy and excitement, but you know, it's a cycle. All of us started that the same way, right? When we're new recruit, we have this high hopes, high dreams, especially when we are not happy with our job. We thought all the while that this is our savior. But that came just very temporary. And then we lose our grip. Then little by little, we stay away. And then such time we are comatose. Good thing we're just comatose. And we came back. And we're alive again, right?
That's a process?
Yeah, that's the process we have to go to. You know, that makes us strong.
Oh, okay.
You can never relate to your teammates. You can never understand them if you didn't go to the process. Because everybody will go to the process.
Okay.
And lastly, what is your belief? Is your belief strong enough? So I commend those who've been here for the longest time because they're holding on to their belief that someday, whatever your biggest why, you're gonna live the dream. So unless the commitment is made, there are only promises. So I promise to myself that I'm gonna hit my 50,000 ring, 50,000 one. Or I'm gonna be GX. Or I'm gonna hit 330. Or I'm gonna get the bonus. Or I'm gonna get the SMD or MD promotion. If there is no plan. This is a business, guys. All businesses, they have their blueprint. They have their blueprint. It's not easy just to imagine it. It has to be in black and white. You have to sit down with your trainer, whoever is helping out in your business, that you need to have that blueprint. Because every day we are actually bombarded, sorry for my term, we are left and right, our mind is actually preoccupied with so much things that sometimes problems weigh more than that is why we are sidetracked with our brain, right? That is the reason why. So you have to write down your plans, and not only plans, break it down in such a way that it's doable and simple. And if you can paste that on your forehead, obviously not. You can probably put that as a screensaver on your phone or on your freezer. That will always remind you. Remember, if there's something that you like, you make a picture of that, right? You make a picture of that and save it to your gallery. And then once in a while, you tend to look back to it, right? Because that's very important to you. If something, if it's not important, you just ignore it. And then later on you forget about it. That is our biggest why in our dream. Make it important. Make it important. Because if it's important, then you're actually gonna save it to where you can easily get back to it. Max out your mind, max out our mind. I think if not all of us, most of us, we're just using the power of our mind. My training actually for today is a little bit scientific. Because we need to learn the scientific way on how we behave, right? We rarely use the fullest capacity of our mind. And sometimes if we use it the wrong way. We use it in thinking what? Problems. Not so important things. That will help us bring us through to our biggest why. We have to change our thoughts to change our belief. How is that? Because what you're thinking is what you're believing. If you're believing, like say, for example, even before you go to the field, if you're if you believe in the beginning that that person that you're gonna go through will reject you, what follows?
Will reject you.
Our body will follow through, right? The way we carry ourselves, the way we perform, then we appear to be not so confident to the prospect or to the person we are meeting. That is why we end up with what? Crying. Zero result. So very important that we have to fix the way we believe. We should believe that we are the right person who's going to help that person. We are the right person in the company. We should believe that we deserve all the whys, the biggest whys. So what are your core beliefs? So we have to have a core belief. You have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. Even the person in front of you will not believe in you. If I believe that I have a full hair, that is my belief. And that's your problem if you don't believe me. If I believe that way, it makes me happy, right? It makes you happy. And if you're happy, it actually suits upon you. And you know, that's why they say excitement is toxic. Melinda. That's why she could easily talk to people and grab their attention and recruit people because of her excitement. You're not gonna talk to someone who's feel like he's overloaded with problems because you don't want to be part of it, right? You want a person that will actually give you energy because we need energy anyways, right? That's correct. So what do you believe to be true about yourself? What is true about yourself? You know, guys, because our business is dealing with people. Our business is dealing with people. We have to carry ourselves in such a way that we have better chances. We have better chances of getting that person, maybe as a client, maybe as a recruit. We have to believe that we are also the right person, just like anyone else. We have to believe that we have what they have, those people who are enjoying the business. Those are top-notch in the business. Just like what I said, the only difference that we have is their belief. Have you spoke with someone that maybe you can tell to yourself that this guy is overconfident? He thinks that he's super. But that guy actually, that's a positive outlook of that guy anyways. Because the confidence that he has will bring him miles. It will bring him miles. So, what is your belief about your future in the company? Have you ever thought of your future in the company? Is it positive or negative? Positive, right? It has to be positive. And what is your future in the company? If you know what is your future in the company, then it actually will transpire because it will show. It will show by the activities, that you're doing, because you are working on your future. If your future in the company is you want to do it part-time and make, part-time income, and you're good at where you're at, then that is your future. But if your future is to build 5 million or 10 million in a company, like Ricky, and growing, he planned for it. You know, Ricky's 5 million, it doesn't just drop down there one time, big shot. It's a lot of hard working. It's a lot of field work. The very reason why he's enjoying now the fruit of his labor is because he did it the hard way. No pain, no gain. For us to enjoy the gain, you have to go through a lot of things. And what do you believe about your potential? And the big question is, what do you believe you are worth? What do you believe you are worth? Are you worth 1 million ring? 2 million ring? Do you believe yourself a jet setter that you qualify for trips every day, every super trip? Though we are starting, but it helps now if we believe, you kind of condition in our mind that this is what I'm worth for. If I'm worth 1 million, then that will come. You just have to work on it. You guys agree with me? Or you guys need some coffee break? What you believe about yourself governs everything in your life. That is very, very true. That is very, very true. If the way you think actually follows the way you behave, the way you look at things in life. If you believe that you're a winner, then you'll behave like a winner. If you think you're somehow like a mediocre, it will show. But we are given with free hand to choose, right? It's either we become a winner or we stay as a mediocre. Which one do you prefer? You only live once. Why don't you live to the fullest? Be a winner, right? Be a winner. This is very true. Beliefs become a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's why it's very important to work on our belief. Swan, in the beginning, I would say, it all started with his belief that someday he's gonna have a big company, big organization. Yeah, he's a visionary. We can also be a visionary. We can also be a visionary. And belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We must extremely aware of them and guard them. Have you ever heard the saying that be careful what you're wishing for?
Yes.
That's very dangerous. Yeah. When I was small, I'm still small. Because I'm a shy boy when I was young. I I thought to myself that I just look at like an imagination that I want to be talking in front of many people to be able for me to overcome my shyness. That's a wishful thinking. One is many, right? So now I'm talking to many. Yeah, but if you wish, then make a wish that, well, I mean, like for example, our biggest wine. Let's wish for it. Our thoughts create our beliefs, and one way to change our thinking is to change the quantity questions that we ask ourselves. What does that mean? Guys, look at this. The average person has 75,000 thoughts every day. 75,000 thoughts every day. And 91% are exactly the same as the day before. And what are those? Maybe you're thinking about the dress or the bag that you wanna purchase later on. Is that so? So what are the common things that we always think that you already thought about it yesterday and you're thinking about it again today? Problems, right? Problems keep coming back. And that preoccupies our mind. Instead of our mind busy working on our dreams, it's the problems, you know, that filters the way that we look at things. Exactly, exactly. Do you ever think what you think about? Do you think the way you're thinking is worth the what? Or we're just spending time using our mind thinking of nonsense things that doesn't help us? Because thoughts are like magnets. They draw to you what you think about regularly. I always tell this to my teammates before, because you're not gonna last in the company because your market will actually die down. You will saturate your market, and what happens next is where will you get your business? That's a question. That's $1 million question. How would you last in the business when you already saturated your market and nowhere to go? Your prospect list, you already went through your prospect list and cross out because you already were able to recruit them, of course, give them some services. You know what I think? I'm getting confused. I think I condition myself that somebody will call me and needs some protection. It works. It always worked. Somebody will refer me. Somebody will going to refer me that needs my service. It works because I'm gonna knock 3 times a day. It works. It always works all the time. That's the power of it. You know, when I'm preparing this, I thought all the while that is just my thinking. I did not get this from some, Ed Milet, the book. This is from him. You know how big Ed Milet now? Aside from he's really big. He's one of the, I think he's at the Forbes magazine, right? The wealthiest WFT member. The wealthiest WFT member. So we should be magneting our dreams. That should be the way we spend our time thinking on how we can work on and become nearer to our dreams. So if your problem is, where do you get your recruits? Where do you get your prospects? You know, that will be actually covered by the next slides. So if you want a real change, you must first change what you are thinking about. Just change just 10% of your thoughts, and you can dramatically change your life. That is so powerful, and it's under our control. So if you're not happy where you are at in your business, then change 10% the way you think of it. That's where you begin. And then little by little, it grows incrementally. Instead of you thinking your rejections, oh, I'm not gonna fall anymore, my prospect. Because I always get no's, they never reply to me. If you're gonna stick to that mindset, you're not gonna move anymore. You're just gonna stop, right? You're not gonna do anything. But if you twist it and change your way of thinking, or maybe there's another way on how I should approach these people, these prospects. Or maybe I could call my friend, my neighbor, my niece, my aunt, my friends, to get some referrals from them. But remember, guys, that rejection is actually part of our development in the business. That is you know, that is a painful process, you know, that will define us. That will define us. Is a better business person in the company. This is also very important. Changing your environment and association is key to changing your thoughts. You know, in college, I have this teacher, a professor. She always tells us, "Tell me who your friends are,
And I'll tell you who you are.
and I'll tell you who you are." Same thing. So we should also, I mean, this is a winning group. That's the reason why we are divided into two. We are the winning group. So we are the right. We belong to one another. We work. We will be working hand in hand towards our big one. Our subconscious thoughts are always trying to prove you are right. So if you think you are mediocre, then you're mediocre. If you think you're a failure, then you're a failure. But if you think you're the best, then you're the best. If you think you're pretty, by all means, you are pretty. So why is this so important? Because you know, if we are facing our prospect that we're going to meet, from a distance, you know, your prospect is already assessing us. It's already assessing us because our prospect doesn't want to be doesn't want to, you know, to end up with the wrong person. Even us, we don't want to be, you know, we don't want to commit mistakes, right? We don't want to yes, you don't want to commit mistakes. So that's why it's very, very important that we should carry ourselves the right way. We should have that, you know, that confidence that we are the right person helping that person. But having confidence is one thing, and having the skills and the knowledge is another thing. They go hand in hand. But you know, experience-wise, that will build our confidence. Because everybody here are not, you know, are not that superstar with all the skills right away in the beginning. We have many no's in rejection. We have all heard the saying that you are what you think about. So here are some insights, why your mind is so powerful. Pay attention to this, guys. We have a mental filter that can work with you or against you. We have a mental filter. It's how you look at things. It's how you look at things. So we have this bundle of nerves we call the brainstem, reticular activating system, or RAS, that acts as a gatekeeper, filtering our irrelevant information to enter our awareness. This little bit of brain matter is responsible for filtering out the massive amounts of information that your body and the world around you. It is constantly throwing its way. It filters out that things will prove our beliefs false and instead work overtime on filtering on all things that will prove us belief is true. Is it pretty boring?
It's good.
Huh?
Helps.
You guys, we need this because
It's kind of true.
remember we have this biggest one, but nothing is working, right? There must be something wrong. Then there must be something that we're not doing. We're not practicing. We're not practicing because we're not believing in it. It's not running in our mind. Because remember, guys, if you're hungry, if you're starving, what your mind is focused on,
Food.
looking and searching for food, right? That's how it works. If our biggest why is much important than rejections, then our mind will find its way to work on it and reach and achieve that goal, right? So the RAS, or the regular activating system, is a filter. Remember, guys, those who love to take photos. Sometimes if you take a picture and you don't like what came out, you filter it. Have you heard that conversation that the filter the picture you gave to me is filtered? You filter it out because it's the way you want to look at the way it is. Same thing. In our day-to-day, happenings in our lives, we can filter the way it will enter, the way we perceive things, right? If, say, for example, you call a prospect client, and then she gave you an answer, "I'm busy. I'll call you back." How would you take it the way it is? Are you gonna feel offended, or are you gonna feel down, or are you gonna stop calling on the next person? Obviously, the right way to do is don't stop. Call the next one. Remember, there's the statistics that 95% are not in the market yet. Our target are not in the market yet, and only 5% are in the market. In my experience, I did follow up my prospects. It takes years. It took me years. Remember Ricky's testimonial? Because not many, we have our different pacing, right? So don't get offended, don't stop. Go to the next one. And don't ever reply negatively to that person, because your business is done. You'll never know, one recruit away, one prospect away to explosion. So our RAS takes what you're focused on and creates filter on it. It then sifts through the data and presents only the pieces that are important to you. So what I'm trying to say, we should use our RAS to focus on more important matters. than those small, not so important things. Right? Example, if you're gonna stay at home instead of coming here in the office, at home there's so many distractions. Those are the small things. Right? But if you have that discipline, if you have that skills, that you're strong enough to downplay those small, not so important things, then by all means, stay at home. Or sometimes even if, it's better not to stay at home. If you cannot come to the office, then probably go to offshore. Go where you can focus on major things. Major things. When you believe you're going to grow a big successful business or have a great income, the RAS, reticular activating system, starts working to filter all these experiences that will prove this to be your reality. I'll make it simpler. If you want to run for GX, then your mind will start working on it. So though there's so many distractions, if you have trained your mind that you have this strong focus, regardless if there's any challenges down the road, it will still focus on the main thing. Just like if you're hungry, if you're starving, then your goal is to look for food. Invalid will be in front of you that blocks you. You're gonna put them away to find the food. Remember, if you're starving, we are a little bit not so. Our mood is not so that good. We're just like irritated. Exactly, the right word, irritated. But we can use that irritation exactly on the right positive note. Make use of that irritation to work on the main things. If you believe people need what you have, the RAS will begin to reveal opportunities that may have always been there, but are now highlighted and are so to focus. I'll give you an example. If you're not going to focus yourself on prospecting, you're not going to prospect. You know all the while that even if you go to a grocery or you put your gas, or you went to a convenience store, there's always a prospect. Or even by chance of you bypassing a person in the hallway or in the elevator. What is her name?
Melinda.
Melinda. See? Melinda's mind is focused. Is always focused. And that is something I think that most of us, if not all of us here today, we don't have yet that kind of practice, right? We don't have, just like, for example, if I kept on always experiencing that. If you go to a family or a prospect and your focus only is to sell insurance, then that's all what you're gonna do. You're gonna neglect the rest. Remember, it's a training, Ricky, the way he does things is blanket. You actually look at everything. That's why if you don't have anybody to sell insurance, then we don't have any more business. But if we look at all the things on the client's portfolio, our ESP, retirement, emergency funds, protection, recruiting, there's a lot. There's plenty. And then when your client is happy with your service, that's just the beginning. Referrals is unlimited. Are you guys, did your mind a little bit shine? That there's hope? There's hope. There's always hope, right? So make it now a practice. When you look at one prospect, look at the entirety. If they cannot be a client, then they can be a recruit. If they cannot be a recruit, then they can be a source of referral. Right? Conversely, if it will begin filtering out everything that you prove to be unsuccessful. So the RAS, the reticular activating system in our brain, if we use it differently, negatively, instead of using it the right way, then it will deliver. It will deliver. So make use of it the right way. Right? Come to think of it, I just mentioned qualifying for GX is hard. But how come Ken was able to do it and is doing it? Maybe we should get some consultations with Ken, free consultation, and ask how he's doing it. Maybe it's because of Noreen's push.
Open power.
Okay, so this is just an example, guys. Have you ever bought a new car and all of a sudden you see the extra part everywhere? Why have you never noticed this before, and why are they suddenly everywhere? You thought your blue Hondas is unique, but now all you see are blue Hondas. They have been there all along, but now the RAS is filtering them into awareness, causing you to notice them, whereas before they were unimportant and irrelevant. This is or this. If you focus on growing your business by constantly looking for new prospects, you will suddenly hear a conversation 3 tables away at the restaurant that will instantly grab your attention. Why? Because the topic of the conversation somehow relates to your business. And you instantly recognize how your service could help that individual, turning them into a prospect. Have you ever experienced that, guys? Not yet? If you're not doing RSP and people on that table, on that area, are talking about retirement, you're not gonna approach that table. Right? But if it's your business, then you're gonna approach them.
You're calling.
So what does this the message here? The blue Honda is your what? It's your prospect. It's your prospect. Unfortunately, the sad thing is most people don't know how to control their RAS in a positive way. Their blue Hondas are their problems. All things going wrong in your life. So what shows up for them? More problems, more things going wrong in their life. Escape this cycle at all costs by obsessing what you want and now what you don't want. Guys, because problems are always there, right? Are always there. After you solve the one problem, another problem comes up.
No problem, you're there.
Yeah, exactly. No, your problem, you're at peace. 6 feet. It's the way how we look at things. That's what filters work, how filters work, right? So what I'm trying to say is we can filter how we appreciate things. We could probably react the negative way or the positive way. Make that rejection, turn it into opportunity. The RAS only takes in what you deem most important by habitual mental setup. Anything you want in life requires your total obsession. Remember this, your obsession becomes your possession. Ricky wants to build millions of portfolio. That's his obsession. Because it is his obsession. Now, is one after the other achieving it. Our obsession is our biggest why. We have to be obsessed, really obsessed on how to reach that. Understand that the rush does not attract the things you need. Everything that you need has always been there. See, our prospect is everywhere. We don't necessarily have to look for it. They're just there. The only problem is we don't recognize them because it's not our priority. Correct. See, from the training, is that 1 feet away, 2 feet away? Is a prospect from system builders book. Anybody who's 2 feet away is a prospect. So I think it's a good thing that we practice that in our mind. Remember, if you do that today, after the meeting, wherever you go, it doesn't work right away. It needs a lot of practice. Especially if you wanna, because we need to recruit people, right? Since we need to recruit people, we need to prospect. And because we want to qualify for GX, and because GX is the only tool that will bring us to our biggest why. Online. That will be on March. We still have, how many months to go? 5 months? We can still work on it. Make it your filter, your mindset that before the year ends, there has to be something very special that you have accomplished in WFG. And what it would be. GX is a good accomplishment. Qualifying for Poland is an accomplishment. Promotion. Getting your license. Right? So once you focus on your goal, your obsession and thus are heightened. And you filter all the elements that support your goal. See, if your goal is to qualify for GX, it will filter what you need to do. Now you'll find the ways on how to do that, on how to achieve your GX. Obviously, it all started from what? Prospecting again, calling for people. If that is your goal, and if your goal is to get your license passed, man, you're gonna get your license, right? For sure. You can work on it. I mean, before the year ends, you'll have it. Yeah. But first, you have to sign up.
Yeah, that's already grandma. They said no to pupil already.
You have the team here that's gonna work for you, get your license and get the training. Yeah. So the RAS is the greatest tool in market for success in the world. It is God-given survival tool that we all possess but rarely utilize. So that's the confidence. That's the positive mindset. RAS is actually the positive mindset. So it's either we use it negatively or positively. Then why would you use it negatively if it doesn't help you, if you don't feel good? Like for example, instead of you worrying about your problems, which you feel not so good, and it will affect you the way you care yourself, especially if you want to go on prospect and you're prospecting someone and then your face is crumbled. Hello. I have something to do. Do you think that person will reply to you? Or will notice you? Maybe she will run away from you. Because you don't want to talk to the person or somebody that, not so good look at, right? Not physically, eh? I'm not saying physically. So another example is our name. Another example of this about using the RAS. If you're in a loud crowd of people and someone yells your name, even if it's not intended for you, you hear it because your RAS had a lifetime focus on it. So the key making your RAS work for you is to make the things you want as important as rhythm. So the message here is, if it's important to you, what? It's important to you. Is that right?
Yes.
Since it's important to you, then you're gonna do something about it.
Focus on achieving.
Correct. If your belief is, I'm going to attract great people into my life, your RAS will start shredding all the people in your life who no longer aligns with this belief. Meaning the negative people, you're gonna go away from those, because what you need is the right people that will help you bring you to success. That's why we're in this group, again. I'm not saying that group, right? Viruses in your mind. You have viruses in our mind? Those viruses is actually hampering our success. See, your life becomes what your thoughts and beliefs have been. Are you going to be scarcity thinker? Always focusing on what you don't have? Or are you going to be abundance thinker? Always be grateful of what you do, what you do have. So which one are we? So we should start thinking about abundance. Abundance of prospects, abundance of recruits, abundance, big organization, abundance of achievements. Life is not about overcoming and struggling. That is a flawed mindset. It's a flawed mindset. You should not be thinking about, we're just struggling. How are you doing today? I'm good. I'm great. Right? If you think you are constantly struggling or battling over adversity and difficulty, your mind will constantly attract struggles and battles you. So the way we think again, it will translate, right? With our action, the way we talk, the way we behave, right? As difficult as it is to accept, you allow the struggles in your life because your mindset is flawed. Instead, maintain the mindset of things are happening to me in your favor. Good things are happening to me, will happen. Just like what I'm telling you. Staying here in WFG for a while is not easy because your market are saturated. But if you think that things are happening in your favor, like for example, I always do that. Oh, prospect will call me, referrals will call me, I get this sales, I get these people that will help me with this. It works. You know, scientifically, we have this, what they call electromagnetic field, because the universe is made of what? Electromagnetic field, positive and negative. Try to attract the positive and not the negative. Isn't it? If you attract yourself, if you mix up yourself with this kind of people, how they be, how they look, how they eat. Let's say, for example, there was one time when I was young, I was grouped with the punk people. You know the punk, the way they dress up. My hair was spikes. I put jail. Because that's the group that I belong. Those are gone. Now I have a liberty there. So the one I'm trying to say is mindset is very important.
Signs of intelligence.
I hope so. So instead, think about it. My life is meaning, it is filled with peace, happiness, and success. That should be our thoughts. That should be our thinking. That should be our belief. Remember the power of mindset? It's like a magnet. If you magnet peace, happiness, success, and meaning, that will come back. Let's start practicing that. Flow thinking is the virus in your mind. Once there's a virus in the computer, it slows down and sluggish. In worst case scenario, it crashes. This is what happens when people get a virus in their mind. They are slowed down in their pursuit of goals. Remember our biggest why? Their mind is sidetracked with the noise and clutter of problems and rejections. This makes achieving goals nearly impossible, and the mind will shift to survival mode. Guys, are we in survival mode? No. Of course not. So this is the reason why we are not achieving our goals, right? We are not actually reaching and achieving our destination. Because the way we filter out things, we tend to put more time on not so important. We're not focusing we're not focusing more time on the good things in our business. You're still live? This is true there again. You will get in life what you can tolerate. If the most important areas in your life aren't what you want them to be, you need to stop allowing them to continue. You've got to be the one to change them. Your mindset needs to change. It needs to accept more and expect abundance. It's hard bit of swallow, but reality is we get what we tolerate. So if you don't run for GX, then you're in a GX. If you don't want to recruit, then you don't have to recruit. You're just by yourself. If you don't want to call people, then you don't have anybody to go to. If you don't want to learn the way you do the presentation, then you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna be a good trainer if you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna be a good presenter if you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna hit your goals like your 50,000 watch and your rings and the promotions and the things, because success is uncomfortable, right? Where you are now in life is the sum of the decision you made. Is that true? The amount of money you earn, your career, your relationship, everything, if you don't hate your circumstances, you learn to tolerate them therefore you make no changes because it doesn't bother you. So that's it, right? So I think the reason why we are not moving in our business is we are comfortable enough where we are at. And we don't want to make that sweat, that the trouble, the hardship. Because we cannot tolerate that. But if you are more than willing enough to tolerate the hardship and the challenges, then that's what we say, no pain, no gain. So to be able to gain, go to the pain. There is a saying that good is the enemy of great. Better to be great than good, right? So better to be a winning mindset rather than be mediocre. When you open your eyes in the morning, do you feel happiness?
Yes.
Do your feet hit the floor and feel recognized about attacking your day?
Yes.
Very good. Or do you hit snooze a few times?
Sometimes.
Immediately you think about what the fires to put out. Those fires are the problem. Oh, you're gonna think of the problems again. And reluctantly get up. Do you determine what things you must do today to get enough fruits to tomorrow? So the message here is, we have to know already today what we're supposed to do tomorrow. Because if you're gonna think about what you're gonna do tomorrow, that your day will start the next day.
Have a plan.
Exactly. So like today is Saturday. Well, tomorrow you already have a schedule.
Get to check.
Yes, that's one. And then in your business, you have to have your schedule ready, right? Doing just enough to pay the bills and buy necessities, a few dollar coffee here and there. You stop aspiring for more on the premise that mediocre is somehow acceptable nowadays. You're ignoring your full capacity and settling for just enough. Getting by is not your purpose on this earth. And you know it. One more slides to go. So success is actually not overnight.
Overtime success.
Overtime success. So meaning to say success doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Just like I forgot to get your name.
Osai.
Sorry?
Osai.
Husai?
Yeah.
So when you get your, if getting your license, it doesn't happen overnight. I think you have to study full time, probably a few days here and there. Studying late at night. And then boom, you get your license. So boom, panis. So sustainable success is not built overnight.
Yes.
Real success, though, is the result of consistent, sustained effort. Both wins and losses create experience necessary to achieve success. So yeah, there you go. So if you get rejection, no's. If you recruit, if your recruit leaves you, that's part of your business success. If you get some charge back, if your application gets declined, that's part of your success. Obstacles and rejections are strong components of our success, of our journey to success. So being rejected is an opportunity to grow and get better period. Many times it serves us as a direction to you. And then we start to get closer to the goal. In fitness, muscle must be taught to build stronger. This is true in life. The obstacles and rejections initially are painful, but when you look back on them, you realize they benefited you from the long-term goal. People respect experience, no shortcuts. So success has no shortcuts. There's no shortcut in success. Stop worrying. Worry is wasted thought, energy, and emotion. It creates worst-case scenario in your mind of an event that hasn't even happened yet, and forces you to live through it. Have you ever experienced that, guys? You're preoccupied with a problem. When you worry about things that doesn't happen yet. And instead of us spending that time focusing on our goals, the main things, we focus on the problem and we leave the time. So worrying is pointless. There is no positive upside to it. The downside, however, comes with a steep rise. As we learn, what we think about becomes a reality. That's dangerous, right? It could work in favor of us or the negative way. So why on earth should we want to create a worst case reality? I'll give you an example again. Even before you go and meet that family, you start worrying, oh, they're not gonna get product from me. Oh, I'm not gonna repeat them. So what follows? Yeah, have you experienced that if you're not too sure of what you're gonna say on your meeting? You could barely speak out the right word. And your thoughts are not organized. And yet it appears that the person listening to you think of you, you're not, you don't know what you're saying. And what happens? What's the result? And you lose that opportunity, right? So instead of you thinking of it that, oh, they're not gonna write it, I'm not gonna remove them. Think better like, oh, I'm gonna recruit this person. They're gonna get something from me. Always remember the champions take control of their lives. And they do this by controlling their thoughts and believing that the outcomes they will happen, they desire will happen. They believe that they're worthy of that outcome and that believe the place to the reality. Worry does not take away tomorrow's trouble. It takes away your peace today. Oh, I think there's a end there.
Sure.
Yeah. I live with you. Let's lie. See, this is very, very true. The reason why they believe that if you keep doing things other people aren't willing to do, then you will get things other people won't have. Whatever you believe, whatever your beliefs are, take time every day, practice them, get strength, clarity, grounding from it. So remember those qualifying for trips, those getting those rings and all of that stuff. Those are the ones that we don't have. Right? So why don't we think of this way instead? Right? And so, you need one more?
One more slide back.
That's nice. We're done.
One slide.
Thank you so much.
One slide back. One slide back.
No, that. Another.
No, the one slide back. That's back from the last one.
From that one?
Yeah.
This one?
No, the last slide.
The last one.
That's the last one.
No, the one, oh, so one back now.
One back? Yeah,
Okay.
okay. You're good?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right.
Oh.
We gotta make call for you guys. Okay, then remember what? Keep on fighting, have a fighting spirit, and lastly, be a gentleman. Okay, see you all at the top.
Thank you. Gonna use.
I think it's like the chemical that they use. Yeah. It's too strong.
Akala ko sulok. Inaantok ako. Inaantok ako. Ako naman, ano, ako, bakit ko, 10 ka, 5 ka, 1 ako.